Owning more than 2 cars is considered a lot by most people, but not by some car collectors, whose collections include hundreds of rare and classic vehicles. Welcome to Planet Lux, and in this video we'll find out who owns the most cars in the world. Car collecting is one of the most expensive hobbies a person can have, which is why it is mostly reserved for celebrities. So it stands to reason that the Sultan of Brunei, who was once one of the world's richest men, owns one of the world's largest privately owned collections. The Sultan of Brunei owns one of the world's most extensive car collections. His car collection is truly massive. This collection houses literally thousands of vehicles and is a culmination of the most expensive classic and sports cars money can buy. According to legend, if every car was lined up, it would stretch for nearly 20 miles. According to Motorius, the Sultans Car Collection contains more than 1,000 vehicles, though Hot Cars puts the figure closer to 2,500. In any case, the collection includes a number of Ferraris, Bentleys, Rolls-Royces, and Lamborghinis. Among the many items in the collection are several rare Ferraris F40s, a Lamborghini Huracan, 2 Ferrari Mythos concept cars, an F50 and a BMW NASCAR M12 concept car. Many years ago, the Sultan and his family faced financial difficulties, and he could no longer afford to maintain this luxurious collection. Air conditioning, detailing, maintenance, and staffing all cost money that Sultan did not have. The Sultan was forced to part with his collection, which has been gathering dust in an abandoned warehouse for the past 18 years. The cost of restoring the cars would be enormous, but perhaps an extremely wealthy car enthusiast will take on this Herculean task. According to Hot Cars, the Sultan of Brunei's wildest car was a Bentley SUV commissioned in the 1990s. This SUV, known as the Bentley Dominator, was designed specifically for the Sultan's needs and was the first off-road ultra-luxury SUV. 6 of these beauties were commissioned by the Sultan, with some painted red and others yellow. The interior was lovingly crafted with the finest leather and wood, and each individual vehicle cost the Sultan of Brunei millions of dollars. A staggering price for a car, but this is par for the course for the Sultan of Brunei. Harold Lucky Lemay curated an even larger car collection. According to King 5, this collection contains over 3,000 vehicles, including a truck driven by Robin Williams in the film Toys, and a car shaped like a stiletto heel. The collection was privately owned during Lemay's lifetime. However, after the car enthusiast died in 2000, his wife decided to make it public. The massive collection can be seen at the Lemay Car Americas Museum in Tacoma, Washington. The collection will appeal to more than just car enthusiasts, as it includes approximately 70 motorcycles, 400 motorboats, and 300 radios in addition to thousands of automobiles. There are many more people who have incredible car collections of their own. Hot Cars have profiled several of the world's top car collectors. Manny Cosbin, a real estate tycoon turned YouTuber, is one such collector. He has a one-of-a-kind Hermes edition Bugatti Chiron, a Mercedes AMG 1, a McLaren Speedtail, and a Ford GT in his collection. Cosbin's car-focused YouTube channel attracts millions of viewers each month. Jay Leno, another well-known collector, owns everything from a McLaren F1 to a classic 1937 Fiat Topolino. Despite the fact that many of these cars have increased in value since he purchased them, Leno does not appear to want to sell them. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. Getting back to the topic, JK is another car collector who owns over 100 rare and exotic vehicles. He has a Porsche Carrera GT, a Ferrari 275, a Lamborghini Miura SV, and a Volvo 850T Estate in his collection. K, unlike most collectors, actually drives the cars he collects, and his automotive knowledge has landed him on shows like Top Gear. Pink Floyd drummer Nick Mason is interested in more than just music. Mason's love of cars, as well as his knowledge of them, is evident in his collection, which includes the Ferrari 250 GTO, the Ferrari Enzo, a McLaren F1 GTR, and a Maserati 250F. Ralph Lauren is another person who has a second passion for automobiles. Unsurprisingly, the iconic fashion designer's 70-car collection is very stylish. It features a Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic drop-head coupe and a Ferrari 250 GTO, both worth millions of dollars. The Sultan of Brunei commissioned and purchased the wildest SUV of them all, something that was way ahead of its time. Here's what we know about it and similar items. First and foremost, it's a Bentley. Brunei's Sultan, who has ruled his oil and natural gas-rich kingdom since 1967, desired the ultimate SUV. This is why his SUV is called a Bentley. When you think of a Bentley SUV, you immediately think of the 2015 Bentayga. The Bentayga was launched with an optional 12-cylinder engine, but now it also comes with a base 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine that produces 542 horsepower. There is also a V6 plug-in hybrid, and none of these models are inexpensive. However, the Sultan of Brunei received his Bentley SUVs in the 1990s, so it was clearly not a Bentayga. Remember that at the time, Bentley was owned by Rolls-Royce, so you could think of the Cullinan and be close, but not quite. The Bentley Dominator is the first super luxury SUV that can go off-road according to Reddit. The Sultan of Brunei's most outrageous SUV is a coach-built model created specifically at the Sultan's request. Technically, the Bentley Dominator was the first super luxury SUV that could also go off-road, and it was built for the Sultan in the 1990s, long before the Bentayga and Cullinan. The Range Rover was the only comparable car at the time, though it could not be called a luxury SUV, at least not by the standard of the royal family of Brunei. When you look at the Dominator, you can see hints of the Cullinan, which is not surprising given that, while Bentley is now owned by Volkswagen, Rolls-Royce was in charge during the Dominator's development. 6 such magnificent models were built for the Sultan, one entirely in red and another entirely in yellow. The interiors were done in the finest leather and wood, with custom chrome trim and wheels. To be honest, it seems almost tame after his gold-plated Rolls-Royce limousine. It had to be based on the Range Rover of the time and use the car's all-wheel drive system. No information about these cars was released to the press, and they remained undiscovered for many years before someone connected the dots and revealed the Dominator as Cullinan's long-lost father. The engine could be a 3.9-liter V8 from Land Rover or a 6.76-liter V8 from Bentley, but no one knows for sure. Each of these cars, built and delivered in 1996, had to have cost the Sultan of Brunei millions of dollars, but again, that is a drop in the ocean for him. The Sultan of Brunei also owns one of the most expensive limousines in the world, a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur 2 stretch limousine that he had 24-karat gold plate for his wedding. But there's something most people don't know about the Sultans Car Collection. Here's a surprise, the majority of the vehicles are not his. It belongs to the Sultan, but he doesn't own it. He certainly owns some of the cars, but brothers, nephews and sons also contributed, and no one knows who bought what at this point. What is certain is that the majority were purchased by the Sultan's youngest brother, Prince Geoffrey, who was the finance minister. That should tell you everything you need to know about how he was able to buy so many cars, and why there might not be a paper trail. Although there are enough records to show that he spent $475 million on Rolls-Royce alone. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Do you own a car? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.